The Tang Dynasty is considered the golden age of Chinese civilization. This holds true for the field of poetry. One of the key figures in this golden age of poetry was Li Bai. Li was known for his romantic style of writing and has come to be called the immortal poet. Li lived from 701 to 762 AD, spending much of his time traveling around China. He served briefly as a poet at the Hanlin Academy in the capital city of Chang'an, at the request of Emperor Xuanzong. Li did have one habit that some viewed as a defect. He drank, and drank a lot. Yet when it came to writing poetry, drinking may have been the activity that made Li Bai's poetry so evocative and moving. One story records Emperor Xuanzong summoning Li Bai while he was having a feast with his favorite consort, Yang Guifei. Li turned up drunk. Court attendants splashed him with water to sober him up, but to no avail. However, once handed a writing brush, Li spontaneously composed 3 songs praising the beauty of Yang Guifei. The emperor was so moved he personally accompanied Li on the flute. Palace life didn't last long for Li Bai, however. After 3 years serving the emperor, a jealous eunuch convinced Yang Guifei that Li had been disrespectful towards her in one of his poems. Li was ousted and took to traveling the empire again. Much of Li's poetry alludes to this time spent on his solitary travels, often drinking alone with only the moon for company. Amidst the flowers with a pot of wine, drinking alone without a companion, raising the wine cup and toasting the moon, facing my shadow we have become 3 people. The moon appears frequently in Tang Dynasty poetry, and the moon Li Bai describes is a bright moon high in the sky, in keeping with his romantic style. The moon becomes a symbol of permanence in the ever-changing world, reminding the poet of people and places dear to him. I raise my head and gaze at the bright moon. I hang my head and think of my hometown. In another poem, Li wrote, "The people of today cannot see the moon of ancient times, but today's moon once shone upon the ancients." Although Li Bai has now been gone for well over a millennium, his poetic descriptions of dreamlike landscapes illuminated by the moon have left a legacy in the hearts of the Chinese people. And Li may not be as far away as you think. After all, the same moon that shines upon you today once shone down upon the immortal poet.